Boom, a boom, boom. He's Chef Track on the fast track. He's Chef Track on the fast track. He's shaking and baking and mixing and fixing nutritious meal, nutritious meal. He's Chef Track on the fast track. He's Chef Track on the fast track. His food is so good, good. His food is so good, good. His food is so good, good. Chef Track, Chef Track, Chef Track, Chef Track. His food is so good.
Hey, hey! Once again, it's time for another Chef Track adventure. Hey, hey.
Hi, I'm Calexa and welcome to the Chef Trek Adventure Show.
Hi, everybody. Chef Lorenzo?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
You know a lot about the chef, huh?
I sure know a lot. I stay downstairs with him.
Besides them big swords. Big swords? Hey, what is he, a general?
Hey, I think so.
Here we are with another Chef Trek Adventure series. I'm your host, your swordsman, Chef Lorenzo, Officer Bernard. We're here with another fun-filled adventure. So let's get things started. The Chef Trek Studio Band. Mobilaji, Charles Walker, percussions and keyboard. Flautist, Lou Dennis. The wonderful Donna Dorman on percussions and bongos. And brother George Dennis, keyboard. We're always blessed. We're always blessed. We had a nice young lady that did the intro for us. And we have Gabrielle here, who's going to talk to us about why she's here. But first, let's get rid of this fun stuff. I am a swordsman. I've been a swordsman. I fenced in high school and college. I'm a collector of swords. I study swords. And then recently I found out that the sword is the word of God. So I just said, ooh, explains a lot. But we're going to start with, we have a menu item. And that menu item is going to be white beans. And Gabrielle, can you hand me that bowl of potatoes there? Thank you. Now, We're going to start with potatoes. We're going to start with our white beans. Can you hand me a green, a red, an orange, one of each of the colored peppers, and also a red onion. Now, we're going to get our little trusty platter here. No, we're actually going to put this in this nice wooden bowl. And right now, we're going to sit this on here, and we're going to start. First of all, I'd like to thank Rockland Bakery, serving New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Rockland Bakery, rocklandbakery.com. Rockland has been sponsoring our show since its beginning, and we are into our 5th broadcast season here. So thanks to Rockland Bakery, we have a number of nice things that they brought for us for use. And also we'd like to thank our national sponsor, Healthcraft Products of Tampa, Florida. That's healthcraft.com for the fine cookware that they've been giving us to use, and also the burners. And once again, Healthcraft has been the sponsor of the Chef Trek Adventure series since its beginning. Onions, colorful peppers, and different color of our potatoes. And the white beans go in here. And the last thing we need to do on this is to do our olive oil. So we'll figure out what olive oil we're going to use. And we're going to do about the same amount of our red cabbage. Thank you. Now, we have our cabbage in. And we're going to take one of our olive oils. More peppers, almost forgot. And we are going to take our olive oil. And we are using our Cardenia's basil olive oil. Not a lot. We've done our salt, pepper, and seasonings, and we're going to gently toss, toss, and toss. Go that way. Thank you. Now, sorry. We could have had a sword catastrophe here, folks. Now, let's just straighten our setup just a wee bit. And we'll move on to our next project. And that next project will be our super grains. Thank you. You can just leave that soil on the floor. I should have put it there in the first place. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do, we have our romaine lettuce, and what I want you to do is, and once you get it thinly cut, I just need you to go around the whole part of this. If you need to use the other one, the other romaine, feel free to use it. Let's move these tomatoes out the way because they're for later. Now, we've got grains. Now, before we go too far, we're going to make our dressing that's going with this salad. And we're going to use a nice regular corn oil. We're also going to add to that a nice Dijon mustard. Once again, we'll do our parsley, we'll do our salt, pepper, and our granulated garlic. We're going to do our onion. And we're cutting this down into a small dice. Oh, you are great, Mr. Apple. A small dice. Now somebody, I love that. What was it? I'll be darned.
We scrambled that.
Ain't that something? I meant to call you guys to talk about some songs, but you know how I am.
Of course.
But it surprised me with anything. No, I don't like that. Bad joke. Now, nice assortment of things in this super grain salad. And here we have our super grain salad with our super grains, and those grains were red quinoa, white quinoa, millet, and buckwheat. And we did a final little grain of the basmati rice with roasted onions. We have our peppers. Fruit-wise, we have apples and strawberries, and we made a nice little tangy balsamic vinegar Dijon dressing. So, we've got that. So, we're going to cut our chicken up. As you get the grapes, you can just I'll put the bowl between us, so you can just put whatever grapes you cut in there. we're going to cut this thin. Now I've got a white cutting board with a red cutting board and another white on the other side. I always like to use the red for meats and the white for vegetables or fruits or anything else to avoid cross-contamination. Oh, yes, yes, yes. That's one of my favorites.
TroopResource.org supports the Chef Trek Adventure Series. TroopResource.org, trying to put 1,000 skills into every troop's backpack.
Today, though, they have the pineapple.
Not only doesn't Butch listen, but he can't hear either.
Oh.
You.
Oh, me?
Yes. Maybe. You might get something. I don't know. So now here we have another festive rendition of a spicy chicken salad with assorted fruits. So we have our dry roasted chicken, it's got a nice spice to it. We have red onion, we have grapes, seedless green grapes. We do have some of our peppers in here, and we're garnishing it off with pineapple. So there we have it. Yes. Okay. God puts so many blessings in your life if you allow Him. And one of the many blessings that have been for us here at Chef Trek is the husband and wife team of LaDonda and Andre Gaskins from Organo Gold Coffee and Teas. Thank you.
Love serving you for your tapings, staff, and your guests. And we have such a wonderful time when we come here, just preparing stuff for you.
Well, we greatly appreciate it. What did Rockland send us today for you to
They
use?
sent us an assortment of mini donuts.
Yes.
and
Ooh, I had three.
Danish.
Ooh,
And
I
of
had
course,
one.
You know our favorite, those hot
Oh.
buns.
Oh, boy.
Those things
Oh,
are
hush up,
amazing.
Butch.
Yes, so they sent really good stuff today.
Good. As always, thank you. All right. Thank you. LaDonda Gaskins, Andre Gaskins from Organo Gold Coffee and Teas. Now, you gotta laugh when you got puppets. I'm sorry. Now, we're gonna recap what we have. We have our super grain salad. We just did our fruit and chicken. And we have the cafe salad that we did. That was our featured salad. Okay, we don't have anything hot, but I have some pasta and we will do something hot. And we're just quickly cutting this. It's going to cook down, so I don't get all particular about sizes with this, but it's A-OK. A-OK. In the summertime. A-OK. Now, I think I have some basil over here, but they're a large leaf herb, and my box is not, that's fine. And there she is. Thank you very much. And I'll take all of that.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, we have our fresh basil. Now, we can increase our temperature again. We have our basil in here. We're going to do the rest of our little garlic. A wee bit of salt, a wee bit of pepper. And can you hand me that crushed black pepper flakes? That's it, yes. We're gonna do just a hint of that. Just a hint. And let's just put all these stuff over here that we're done with. Thank you. And oh, important. We're gonna add our canned chopped tomatoes, and we're going to let that simmer. We're going to put a lid on it and let that simmer. So now, this is a book called The Encyclopedia of Cooking. I'm not certain of when it was printed. It was bound to have been printed in the early 50s. This is the book that my beloved grandmother, Laura Jane Brown, would always use. And I was always the youngest of four, 2 boys, 2 girls. I was always the one, probably because I was the last one to come along, that was always in the kitchen helping my mother and my grandmother with cooking. So my love for cooking came from my grandmother and my mother. That's Laura Jane Brown and Larsteen Gill. Both have instilled things in me, though they have been called home quite a while ago, but these things still stay with you. So this book, now we have books from our national sponsor, and that's Healthcraft Products. And we've got pictures of this. If we could get some close-ups, fine. If not, it's not the end of the world. But we have over here, this is an early book. Over here, this is the early book. We have Chef Charles Knight and his son David. This is a waterless cooking book written by Chef Knight and his wife Leanne. And this is the current book based on the company that he is now consulting for. So this has been a blessing. Healthcraft Products of Tampa, Florida, not only has provided us with fine cookware, but good educational material. Now that we're doing nicely, we can lower our temp on that. And guess what? I wanted to add just a wee touch of Italian seasoning. Just a touch. There we go. Now, books. Another good reference book for me is this wonderful book I've had for years called The Art of Cooking. Full of nice, colorful descriptions, food descriptions, equipment descriptions. It's just a good, basic understanding book. Books like this you might eventually start getting for yourself, just to get you used to it. Now, a very nice woman who works on my job. I'm at the Federal Reserve Bank, which is right down the street. I work for a company called Flick International Dining. One of our cashiers, Amy, came to me a couple of weeks ago and said, Chef, I'm one of several chefs there. I am not their head chef. That's someone else. She said, you know, my son's been getting books. Someone's giving me a lot of them are cookbooks. He doesn't really use them. So she brought me this book, and I love the title, Cuisines and Cultures. I'm just starting this now, but it gives a background of the peoples of Earth, their cultures, and the food. So this has been and will continue to be a good guide for me in planning these shows. Also, let's see. Now, oddly enough, I got 2 books that are very similar. We just talked about Cuisines and Cultures. Now here's something called The Book of the Sword, which these 2 are very similar because it talks about the cultures of people and the weapons that they have used. So 2 different books, but I find them to be very interesting. They're going to help me out. Now, I opened up the show with me prancing around as usual, carrying a sword, and here's my newest book. It's a book called Swords, Daggers, and Cutlasses. This is such a wonderful book, and What I do is I study swords. I'm studying sword techniques. I'm a fencer from years ago, and I'm doing, there is something called sword dancing. I found it. A lot of Celtics do it. A lot of Asians do it. Guess what? Now I'm doing it. Healthcraft products. I'd like to thank Chef Charles Knight. He'll be coming back sometime when it's warm to do a show with us. He's done several shows with us when he is in the area. So here we have our last edition. It's our only hot meal, and it's a vegetarian meal. It's tomatoes, onions, peppers, tricolor rotini, and that's it. Well, it's that time here. We've come to the end of another Chef Trek Adventure series. My name's Chef Delmer Gill. We have our 4 F's, faith, family, friends, and food. My charming, wonderful co-host, who I was hoping would be here, but I know how it is. Oftentimes, you get dashed off to some other galaxy in some unknown universe. But I'd like to thank Gabrielle. So let's give a hand to Gabrielle. She has come in and helped us. She has ambitions to go into this field, and we need to encourage our young people to sink into some sort of career at an early age. So we're blessed to have her. Puppeteer Bernard King, Officer Bernard.
Yes.
Thank you. Butch, you don't have to come out. Just holler thank you for
I'm not going to come out.
Good, he's eating a cookie.
Yes?
Chef Lorenzo. Chef Lorenzo.
Yes, Chef. I was just taking a little peek, that's all.
Chef Lorenzo, thank you. And I appreciate what you said because, as the puppet said, Chef Lorenzo sits next to my sword collection. My collection right now is up to 18, but it's constantly growing. Whatever else is growing is wonderful music from the Chef Trek Studio Band. Charles Mobilaji, Awesome Brother Walker, keyboards and conga. Lou Dennis, our flautist. The wonderful Donna Dorman on bongos and percussion. And come along as we have George Dennis, keyboards. So we have our band director and our music director. It's been nothing but a wonderful blessing. Till next we meet, faith, family, friends, and food. We want you in the studio audience. Come see our show. If you are a spoken word artist, if you're a musician, a chef, or a soon-to-be chef, come on over. We want to feature. And let's bring this nice young lady out one more time. And you can go over there and take that same mic that you had. Thank you for being, and please share your name with us one more time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being a part of our wonderful show. Because that's what it's about. Fun, food, family. Till next we meet, Chef Trek out. We love you all.
Boom, he's Chef Trek on the fast track. He's Chef Trek on the fast track. He's shaking and baking and mixing and fixing nutritious meal. He's Chef Trek on the fast track. He's Chef Trek on the fast track. His food is so good, good. His food is so good, good. His food is so good, good. Chef Trek, Chef Trek, Chef Trek, Chef Trek. His food is so good. Chef Trek, Chef Trek.